Welcome back, ghouls and goblins. I hope you're having a magical day. Thank you so much for taking the time to support the channel. We are in Dominaria United Standard Best of 1 Mythic rank with a Jeskai control deck. Ooh-wee. It's been a long time since we've been able to play with a Jeskai deck that was this aggressive. And this is like version 1, the prototype, if you will. It's only going to get better from here, which is actually really exciting because some of the current decks right now, I'm not a big fan of. Yes, I love Mono Black. It's cool. But at the same time, can Liliana just go away? I think I would be okay with Mono Black and Sheoldred if it wasn't for Liliana. Maybe, that's in another video. We're ranting, we're off topic. The Jeskai control deck is white, blue, and red if you're unfamiliar. In today's video, we're going to break down that deck list, talk about the strategies, the synergies, then we'll demonstrate this within our Mythic Rank gameplay footage, and we actually take down a Mythic Rank 70 player today as well, which is super exciting. And then we'll wrap up with our final thoughts, deck review, and of course our pack opening. So be a doll, be a lad. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe to the channel to help support, and yeah, let's take a look at the deck. Okily dokily. Can't I be a ghoul or a goblin, bro? Yeah, you can. Alright, Jeskai control standard, best of 1, mythic rank, 3.3 average mana value, 4 creatures, 32 non-creatures, 24 land in the build. A little nervous on that land total. It's hard, but at the same time, you do have a lot of ramp that makes the deck viable. I think maybe 25 land, but again, more on this and how we feel that we would like to adjust the deck after having played, a handful of matches with it today in the next version. So if you stay tuned until the end, you're going to get a little bit of an extra edge over the competition who are just doing the deck downloads, right? So the deck is fairly powerful. There's a lot of control elements here. It's literally all control, and it's all mostly to deal with the annoying meta. One of my favorite cards here is Temporal Firestorm for 5. Sorcery speed, you can kick it twice, both times for 2, which is, going to 7 and then going to 9, which is ridiculous. But luckily, we do have a lot of mana in the deck and a lot of ways to generate mana to our pool, right? So choose up to X creatures and/or planeswalkers you control, where X is the number of times this spell was kicked. So this is fantastic. And then those permanents phase out. Temporal Firestorm deals 5 damage to each creature and each planeswalker. So basically, it is a burn down the house that can selectively hit things if you can dump enough mana into it, which is fairly cool, right? In our case, we like to protect our own planeswalkers. Burn down the house is really cool, but at the same time, it's only great if you don't have planeswalkers in play. And in this deck, we do really like to get those planeswalkers out and start building their loyalty, right? So the Firestorm is fantastic within the deck. Moving forward, we also have the Sphinx of Clear Skies as a kind of a win con, if you will, / value engine. For 5 mana, it's a 5/5 with flying and ward 2. So this is really nice if you're on the play. You get the Celestis out, and then you can play this on turn 4. The ward 2 should protect you, and going forward, you can really get a lot of value out of the spell. And untapping after that, we have counter magic to protect it on top of the ward, and that can really just blow out the games at any point, which is cool. The domain here, so we do have different basic land types to trigger it. Whenever it deals combat damage to a player, reveal the top X cards of your library, where X is the number of basic land types among lands that you control. And opponent separates those cards into 2 piles, put one of those into our hand and the rest into our graveyard, right? So we have 3 basic land types, 2 piles. We're probably drawing 1 card because they're going to put our best card by itself and the 2 bad cards together. But at the end of the day, looking at the top 3, drawing 1 is how we need to think of this every time it attacks as a minimum. And that's really, really quite enough for me. We have Leyline Binding here while we're on the domain mechanic. Again, reducing the spell cost here by 1 for each basic land type. And it is a flash that will exile any permanent our opponent controls until it leaves the battlefield, which is really, really cool. The fact that it has flash allows us to hold up that counter magic, to hold up the value engines, the draw, right, that we do have at instant speed. And then if we need to use this, then we can, right? So that's really cool. It also is going to trigger our beloved Hullbreaker. You don't have to look too far to see him in the deck. Not a new card, but it's worth mentioning as the deck really revolves around it as a core mechanic. Or just a cornerstone card, if you will. A 7/8 with flash can't be countered. That's a big one. And then whenever you cast a spell, choose one return target spell you don't control to its owner's hand. That's something on the stack, right? And then return target non-land permanent to its owner's hand. That can be something in the battlefield of your control, of your opponent's control. So very versatile card here. And, you know, it's just nothing's changed. I can't believe this card hasn't been banned or adjusted. It's just like, okay, if you say so. And then you know what it is as well with Lear, Disciple of the Drowned for 5, 3/4. Spells can't be countered. She can still be countered. Keep that in mind. That's why we do have some counter magic to protect her entry into the battlefield. Each instant and sorcery card in your graveyard has flashback. The flashback cost is equal to that card's mana cost, right? So that's really cool, and that's going to allow us to play all those instants and sorceries from the graveyard, getting extra value from them, which is really cool. So before we get into some of the removal and some of the counter magic, let's talk about the value that we can generate throughout the deck. Memory Deluge, nothing new here. Instant speed for 4, looking at the top X, where X is the amount of mana spent on the spell. Putting 2 of those cards into our hand in the rest in the bottom of our library in a random order. Flashback for 7, right? So this is really nice. Drawing 2 for 1, looking at the top 4, and then 7 is incredible. On a similar note, we have Impulse, just a little bit cheaper. For 2 mana, instant speed, looking at the top 4 cards of your library, putting one of them into your hand, and then the rest in the library in any order, which is quite nice. So through these spells, you're able to really dig through your library and find the appropriate card for the situation you find yourself in, and then kind of winging it with Sunset's Revelry, just because, you know, there's some scary aggro decks out there, right? For 2 mana, sorcery speed, if they have more life than us, gain 4 life. Oh, wow, that's pretty cool. And then if an opponent controls more creatures than you, create 2 1/1 white human creature tokens. If an opponent has more cards in hand than you, draw a card. So literally, this card is amazing. I'd love to see more of it in our future builds, but again, more on that later. Finally, we have the Celestis. Whenever it's day or night, we will, when it switches between the two, we have the chance to draw a card and discard a card. If we do, we'll gain 1 life, which is really quite nice. Oh, Maya's on the keyboard. Bad kitty. Bad kitty. You can come say hi, but you can't be on the keyboard. She just goes right for it. I don't even know if we're still recording. Anyways, the Celestis, cool card. It's going to gain you life, help you sustain any aggro or chip-based damage. Going to help you fill your graveyard with instants and sorceries that you're going to cast later with the Disciple of the Drowned, which is quite nice. You know, maybe even finding you the land you need, getting rid of the extra land. So it's very, very nice to increase the consistency of your play lines. And it ramps you, which is just like win, 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 win. And then moving on to Fairies -2, looking at the top 3 cards of your library, putting one of them into your hand, the rest in the bottom of your library in random order, or sorry, any order. Very good, you know, just helping you, again, much like the Impulse and Deluge, look at a bunch of cards, grab the one you need in that situation, and continue, which is quite nice. The Fairy can also either tap or untap a creature, artifact, and land, which is really cool. Plus, we gain 2 life through that interaction. So, you know, tapping the Celestis, tapping a land, then plussing Teferi, untapping them both, and going from there. That's a really nice way to help us ramp to some of these heavier spells, like the Hullbreaker, like the Temporal Firestorm, right? Moving on, some of the control elements in the deck. Runic Shot for 1, kick her for an additional 1. Sorcery speed, destroy tapped creature if the spell is kicked, scry 2. That's really, really good. We have the Flame Blessed Bolt for 1 as well. Instant speed, 2 damage to target creature or planeswalker. If it would die, exile it instead. You know, this is taking out those underdogs. We have the Fateful Absence for 2 mana, instant speed, destroy target creature or planeswalker. This controller investigates. Then we have a Field Wipe through Depopulate. 4 mana, sorcery speed. Each player who controls a multicolored creature draws a card. Then destroy all creatures. Wandering Emperors -2, exile tapped target creature. You gain 2 life. Temporal Firestorm, we talked about this. Dealing 5 damage to each creature and planeswalker. We can phase out our own. And then the Leyline Binding, talking about this already as well, how it can exile non-land permanent. And then the Hullbreaker Horror, and bounce things, not quite that control, but, you know, in a similar fashion, same thing. And then we have some counter magic, right? 2 copies of Spell Pierce, instant speed, counter target non-creature spell unless its controller pays 2. Invoke Despair, Liliana, they come to mind. Syncopate, 1 mana plus X, instant speed, counter target spell unless its controller pays X. And then if it was countered this way, it goes to exile, you know, similar fashion, but it also is going to get the underdog here, like the Bolt. So if the underdog gets countered, exile. If it gets blasted, exile. And it's just a good way to get it out of the game permanently. And that is it. That is the deck. We do have the basic dual lands, the mountain plains, the island mountain, the plains island to help with the domain. There is no Jeskai Triumph, so we kind of have to kick it old school. And then, you know, the pass, the beach, and the coast for some just general consistency on turn 3, on turn 4 that are not going to be tapped for us alongside our basics. And then Seat of the Empire, Soaring City, and Crucible of Defiance here as our utility lands, just providing a little bit of extra value, nothing too serious, right? Holy Toledos, that is the deck. I like it. I think this is a very good jumping off point. We're going to meet back here after the gameplay footage to kind of talk about the future of the build, give you some secrets to those of you willing to listen to the deck tech and stay along for the whole video. And of course, we're rewarding you guys with a pack as well. Smells like a meat hook to me, baby. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to help support the channel. Let's play some Magic. Going first, 7 in so slow. But we've got a bolt up. Thanks for the follow. This has blue in it as well, so. And we're untapped for 3 and 4. Interesting, a reanimator build. Ugh, gross. Autumn. An underdog, dude. Pull some counter magic. Let's be safe. I mean, we'll get land, and it's not like we don't have a land. Meat hook, interesting. Do you think they have a counterspell? Yes. Yes, 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 yes. No, land, 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 land. I'd have to assume. Opponent going first. Should we try to find 3 land? Yeah. Hey. Mono black. I love mono black. You love mono black. We love mono black. Yes, 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 yes. Let's take that scry. Maybe. Hopefully they don't play Liliana. Get knighted, bro. Good amount of damage. Draw and discard, which is good. No gaining of life. Get the land though. That's the important part. Okay, first depopulate out. They double cast, we go back to day. I hate that card. Hate that card. 2 extra damage here. Pretty good. Right? Definitely not bad. Avoid the discard. Reckoner's Raid. They're just like dealing. This is like a mono black aggro deck. I really like this. Every turn they are dealing damage, dude. What is this? Is mono black burn? Go back tonight. Just flipping the Celestis as many times as we can. Yup. It's Deluge. I guess let's pass over. A 5th land would have actually been pretty cool. I think we can take that right now. Right, because they needed an additional mana to push it to 3 on the stack.
You're ready to lose. I have got new moves to teach you.
Get us life and 2/1/1s. I like that. Probably should have played Teferi first. They have a self-sacrifice effect. March on the Emperor. Gain some life. Not bad.
Try not to miss me. I am almost sad to see you.
Pull up our binding. Prioritizing it on non-creatures, right? Good. I think we just let it go through, though. I don't need to bind the hook. We have the Celesta, so who cares? If we're 1 to 16. Very. Don't let me down.
Slowing things down is just as delightful as speeding things up.
I know I said I wasn't going to do this, but I am, because they're top decking. This keeps us going. Throw out the Firestorm for now. He populates fine. Just with so little mana. Okay. We're gonna eat our Deluge. Unless we cast it here. Right, just main phase our Deluge.
Second here, second there. Who's counting?
Taking Spell Pierce because I absolutely hate Invoke Despair. I mean, it's not what I want to take, but Invoke Despair can just frick right off, dude. Right?
Don't worry.
Nice little field wipe here. Hold up our Spell Pierce. Absence into hand. Take our turn. Day-night cycle. Toss the bolt. And cast it from the grave with the Disciple. It's blue. This is blue. Clear in play. Plus to fairy. Oh, yeah! So we might lose some games, but we can do well. I mean, that's a top 70 mono black player, and we go the distance with it really nicely here. Teferi, I think, is probably the key to the whole situation, right? It allows us to start double casting with that mana. The Celestis is a big help too, right? So, nice match. Good game. Our opponent goes first, keeping 7. Hopefully we can pull our third land. We shall pray. So, game, that's not a land. There's that. Yikes. That's bad. We can impulse for a third land, though. Reanimator build, question mark, question mark. Invoke Justice, maybe. I'm so suspect of the discard at this point. They discard and make disappear. They must have another. I main phase, try to get land. It's a counterspell. That's probably game, right? I'll try to pull it out like a gentleman. But, you know, when you brick, you brick. This is how my last opponent felt. No! Nice. Nice, dude. Are you serious? That's ridiculous. Get the Spell Pierce off, baby. Let's go. Yeah, I mean, there's some card advantage. Are you serious? Nice land draws, bro. Jesus. Oh, Lord have mercy. That's their third deluge. I'm still looking for my third land. Oh my god. Jeez Louise, bro. Wow. Oh my lord. This gets countered for sure. Why wouldn't you, right? Oh lord. Would you look at that? We found a land! Alright. Woo! Off to the races now, baby. Let's go. Don't you? I think they have a bit of an advantage. Ah, yes. Fourth land off the top, no counter spell. Oh, they've got the thing though, right? 32 cards. Can we get a land? Probably not. I love it. Kill the Arbiter. Hold up Spell Pierce. It was maybe place the lessest kill the Arbiter, but I think the Spell Pierce is pretty cool. Alright, I mean, we have 3 mana, they have Jink attacks us up. That is a good game. Let's see if we can get a land. No. Nice. I'll show myself out. LOL. Woo! Alright, opponent goes first. Look at all these lands. Wow. Settle down, Shuffler. You don't want to, have me with 4 lands. Right? I don't want 4 lands here. That might make things a little too easy. Oh no, black. That. Uh-oh. Can I get a Flame Blessed Blaster? Field Wipe could be cool. 2 of them. They have 5 in hand. We'd go 6. We wouldn't draw, but we'd gain life. We'd get the blockers. We could double block, and then we can double cast next turn. It has Summoning Sickness, so that's confusing to me. And now they've just tapped it for our Runic Shot. God bless. We're gonna hold up our Fateful Absence here. I think the Sphinx could be really good since they're low on mana. The Ward 2, unless they pull a 4th land, dodges Infernal Grasp. Oh, dang, dude. Liliana gets it. How could I have not considered that?
And for once, it's haven't you ever heard
Shit,
of
bro.
personal space?
Dang, Dougie! Whatever, bro. Bad play. We lose our Sphinx when we could have just, you know, countered Lily and then played it. Oh, so sad. Put a stop on our upkeep. Up to 17. Before we draw, and then we don't lose 2 life. Nice. Let's hit. Encourage them just to underdog. Goddamn, dude. Alright, alright, alright. Hey, thanks for the support, bro. Appreciate that. 12 months. Dang, dude. What a year it's been. Building to the breaker, I guess. Let me see an underdog. So good. I'll take the one with more draws available. Just passed the turn, I think. Interesting. Not bad. We could use a Celestis. Draw more. Or wouldn't they? Big hits coming in. Graveyardo. Pretty good against our deck, actually. Definitely not bad. Take our Sphinx. Good on ya. Yes. Into our Emperor. This game is like going pretty slow here.
Now you've done it. That's coming off.
Well, what have I done?
Guards,
The
to me.
misclick here. Wrong minus, HGG. Oops. I I'm just get distracted with how slow this match is. Like, I don't know how we came to like a grinding halt. I felt like we were playing pretty quick. Maybe it was just a deep fake. You know what I mean? Okay, they have no idea what they're doing. Let's just invoke despair. Deep fake, let's go.
I have got new moves to teach you.
I like the Scry too. I mean, it's not bad. And then we have Leyline. Oh, I need the land though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 7. Okay. A fairy before the land, I guess, would have been alright also. Yaz. Vigilance allows us to go through. Another Invoke Despair, of course. Don't you doubt it, boy. Pretty good, pretty good, pretty good. Are we discarding the Hullbreaker to protect the Emperor? I think so. No. I've changed my mind. Yours. Have it.
I'll be back.
Have it, dude. Let's play the game. Do you... Oh, no. Well, I guess I'll just take this out then. I was going to try to play that on the breaker, but... we wouldn't have had the mana anyways. I did keep a land on top for the breaker, so we should keep it, right? And it's nice to take that instead as well. Alright, this dumbass trespassers are gonna attack into our horror. And hopefully they don't have more removal. Brr. You're a legend. You are a legend. Dang, dude. Three cards in hand. They could be removal. We're going for the block. They have it. Unlikely, but they may. They do! Force them to have it, and they do. Okay. I mean, at a certain point, we just need to play some cards. The Celestis on turn 3? Imagine that. It's super countered for sure. Yeah, still could. I think Spell Pierce is a new main deck in best of 1. This could be bad. The vigilance, especially, right? We do get to counter the bypass, thankfully. That would have been brutal. I still get a single draw, but a double draw would, like, it would have been a triple draw for the turn, you know what I mean? They're gonna give it vigilance for the turn anyways. So check out my 5/5, bro. It has Ward 2, which would eat up a lot of their mana. They don't give two fucks. They're like, give me that boon counter. The shield, I guess it's called, not a boon. Boon is the thing we get on the side. Numbskull, 9 months support. Thank you so much. You are a legend. Can't be blocked alone. That's terrible. That's brutal. So our 5/5 blocker is now irrelevant. Nice. There's a vigilance and another draw. Land out. I'm going to attack. I'll see damage. It's actually pretty good. Let's do this before they draw Spell Pierce. No need to draw it. It's in hand, brah. God damn, dude. Oh! We get rid of the counter so we can white. As long as they don't put another one on. Oh, Lord have mercy. This is a double draw here as well. Brutal, brutal, brutal. They could have indestructible counters. They could have shield counters. I could be dead. As a dog, dude. Can't catch a break. Literally can't catch a break. Incredible. It's one of those days. I have days where I don't win a single match, and then other days where I go undefeated. And it's just living on both extremes of the spectrum. God damn, dude. When it pops, it pops. You know what I mean? The Drake is no joke. I guarantee they've got counter magic in hand. Removal off the top, we'll try to cast it into some removal. Or slash counter magic. Removal on removal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's not gonna work. That's not gonna work. Yeah. Yeah, snail, yeah. Yeah, snail, yeah. No one likes salting someone. It has to be done. Boom. Why not? Nice. That was a flawless victory, as the kids say. Woo! Our streak continues. Did you know that if you leave some cookies by your computer for the Shuffler Goblin, it'll actually reward you with good draws? I'm just learning this. This is news to us, fam. Hello, good game, bro. I'm looking forward to our match. You have 7 cards in hand, I only have 6. I could take just the draw. I like to draw cards. Do you like to draw cards? Making our way through for the 4th land. Yeah, doggy, there it is. Don't miss a beat, baby. After the update, I find myself running more than 24 lands, which this deck is not. Could be the base of my problem. Impulse is cool, I wish. Guess we pull counter magic here. Easy counterspell, right? Yep. It's fine. I would love a Celestis. I would love a Teferi. You get land, bruh. Land's not the worst. Right, we need to protect with the Syncopate and then kind of be tapped out already. Adenic. Interesting. We're chillin'. Chillaxin'. How many of these impulses do you have? That's their third impulse. Wow. Let's try it up. I would let it through. Guess we shouldn't have kicked it. Then we could have countered their counter. But it's not really game breaking. It's, you know, it's a 2-3. That's just a pop. Ugh. Main phasing that is audacious. They know we have counter magic. But alas, Temporal Firestorm says, "Fuck you, cow! Fuck you, Will!" And I'm sure they have more counter magic, and I eat those words. Now we should be able to syncopate any magic they have.
I'm never done for good.
They have hand advantage. Pretty good. Can't do shit about shit. I am interested in this Hullbreaker. 5 cards in hand. I like my cards, thank you. Nor do I want to allow them to investigate through the joyous apparition. Okay. I want that mana on top rather than end phase. I don't know what sorcery removal they'd have other than a field wipe, which at this point we could just counter. We're not countering this, right? It needs to be removal. Another ley line. Are you kidding me, Randy? I can only do it for one. This is not good. Oh. Glad it didn't just like not let us select either one. Just goes to nothing. It should be good. Take the hit. That's fine. And then Lear. Stanek back. Lear is out. We get some goodies. We have 3 land open. Could be risky biscuits here. I don't know. We can't counter, right? We probably should have sunset. We could maybe depopulate. Or sorry, Fateful Absence just to bounce the breaker back. Or we break... No, that won't work. We lose Syncopate as soon as we bounce Lear. We'll bounce ourselves. Yeah? Then they would need like a 3rd ley line, which would just be ridiculous if they had it. Like, good for you. Interesting. Okay, we get it. Now both our ley lines are in play. We don't have to worry about those anymore. We just won't bounce them. Danik can play again. Cool. I don't dare attack into a Wandering Emperor, do I? Just gain 4 life. We don't draw a card. Pass over. Play slow, right? Try to go for it again. Okay, Legion's fine. Easy to find an answer for it, to be honest. We might be in trouble. I guess we should take this now then. Lose our Lear. Good play, OP. We seen a field wipe yet? No, but guaranteed they have one. Right? can't attack into a Leer. Make them spend their mana if they want the draw, and then we know it's not a Leer. Sorry, a Wanderer. Yeah, it is a Wandering Emperor. They're not tapping their mana. You don't think I know? You don't think I know? And we're also scared of just like a field wipe. That's good into hand. Quite good into hand. Oh, Bankbuster's pretty good, dude. We only deal with things that interact with the Hullbreaker, right? We save all of our interaction until then. By the looks of it, we may have been able to play our Sphinx there. Dang, it's cold in here. Ball is arrived in Canada. Let's hit. Untap, right?
I've got time tinkering.
Take the draw. We could bounce to Teferi minus. That's an option for us eventually here. Alright, let's see how this pans out. Get Leyline there, Leyline, and grab our Celestis. Trigger Hullbreaker. That's all I've got. Just in case they do have something. Because they're just going to play it again, right? No, we'll deal with it next turn. Teferi can draw. So as long as there's not single target here, which there may well be. Okay, they counter it. Means they're tapped for the turn. We get to hit with an impulse. Alright, instant speed spell.
Win the quick way or the fun way.
Cass. At least that farewell is expensive, right? 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 mana, I believe. I'm just going to bounce myself back. So now they're forced to have instant speed. We can just replay and dodge that sorcery speed. Emperor's pretty fine. 3, 6, 7, 8. We could still horror and bolt. Danik is fine. There's a Buster, really limiting their options to instant speed interaction. And they take a draw. Interesting. Comes the breaker. Breaker. 9-9, right? So that's probably not a good thing. Let's hold off. Teferi can just tap that creature, right?
And some think time only flows
That's
in
lethal.
one direction.
Good old Hullbreaker. Getting the job done. We did it. We finally got a win. That was a pretty good match. I didn't mind it at all. Lots of back and forth. Holy Toledos. Kind of getting into the groove of things in those last few matches. I'll admit that the first few were rough, right? Depending on what order I put this in. We did lose a few in the row, and then we won a few in a row, which is really nice. It was a rough start, bricking, and then, you know, just getting whooped. But then, you know, coming back and beating that top player, which is pretty cool, right? So it proves that the deck is at that level that we can compete with. A couple things that I think we could change. You know, I mentioned this at the start of the video. If you do watch the end, I want to give you guys like that insider lane, right? That's going to be allowing you to beat the people who just download the deck list and don't watch the video, right? And that's the upgrades to these builds, right? So shh, don't tell anyone. But let's take 25 land. Let's take 26 land. Let's take 3 copies of the Celestis, maybe even 3 copies of Teferi, right? I don't mind Sunset Revelry either. Things we could drop. The Syncopate can go. We just use Spell Pierce. Yes, because late game we have Delir. Syncopate's X probably not viable. Going down to 2 Depopulate, also an option. 2 Fateful Absence, an option as well. The balancing of these cards is going to be the tricky part, right? But again, just some ideas for the more advanced viewers of the channel as how we could edit it out and make it a little bit more competitive. Of course, you know, I don't think you need 3 copies of the Celestis or 3 Teferis, but in this experience that we've had, they provided so much value in the matches that we did win. So we should really focus around getting those out early, getting them out consistently, and that would be running 3 copies of them, even though it does take a little bit away from the deck. Of course, you know, Flame Blessed Bolt can go down to 2 as well. So there is lots of nice little tweaks that we can do to make room and make that deck a little bit better. Of course, we also have our pack opening, so let's tear into it. It smells like a meat hook. You know, just like through the packaging, you can. It's probably an etched foil as well. I don't know if they made etched foil meat hooks, except for the pack, right? Just in this pack they did it. Let's get rid of that. Let's see what we have here. Ritual Guardian, beautiful. See if our camera will cooperate with us today. I mean, just look at the quality on this. Isn't that ridiculous? Like, these are shiny, dude. You can see Twitch chat. A swamp. Full art. We love it. We love it. It's not holographic. It's shiny, though. Alright, let's get through the limited fodder. These Shipwreck Sifters. I thought that was just... No, I'm just kidding. Geist Wave's not bad. Devious Cover-Up's not too bad. Blessed Defiance. Not too bad. Hungry for More. Could be better. Vampire Socialite. Not the worst. That is an alt art Overslime mid-pack. Interesting. That's a keeper, I guess, right? Lunarch Veteran, not bad. Brutal with the Ruffian. A Willowgeist as our second rare. Pretty cool. Not the worst. And then we have a Perfilator. I don't even know. And of course, our dead card. So we get 2 rares, we get a full art land, and we get our art card. Not too shabby here whatsoever. That Overslime alt art though, looking fine, baby. Absolutely beautiful. That's coming to you live from a Midnight Hunt pack. Of course, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you have a magical day. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Definitely check out some of our other Dominaria United Standard Best of 1 decks on YouTube in our recent uploads. See you there.